Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Network 216 exclusive. I am Tyler Johnson. I am joined by Zach DeFranco. Zach, we're before we get into it tonight, first off, man, it's a Friday night at 8
Yeah,
o'clock. I didn't think we would be doing a brief video, but how you feeling, man?
feeling good. Feeling really good about this. We knew, I guess we knew because Andrew Berry said on ESPN Cleveland, he's basically not done yet. Hold the phone here. Like, let's not get too hyped over the draft. But
Yeah,
I don't know, Tyler. We're gonna talk about it. Were you expecting this large of a
was
move
not
to add to the? Yeah,
was not. Before we break down tonight's huge Browns trade that just took place, be sure, guys, drop a like on this video tonight. Again, help the YouTube algorithm grow for Network 216. We really appreciate that support. Also, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. You also have the opportunity to be a member of Network 216 for only $2.99 a month. But again, we really appreciate all that support. So the big news: the Browns have acquired defensive end and outside linebacker because he plays both. ZaDarius Smith from the Minnesota Vikings. ZaDarius Smith will now get over $11 million in guaranteed money this year from Andrew Berry and the Browns as part of this deal. The Browns will trade a fifth-round pick in 2023, a fifth-round pick in 2024, and they will get back selections in 2024, a fifth and a sixth-round pick. Zach, what are your thoughts on this trade, man? Again, we weren't expecting this type of trade.
Mhm.
I figured they'd go out, and I said on Sports for Sealy multiple times, Melvin Ingram made a lot of sense. Justin
Mhm.
Houston, because they're older veterans, they don't cost as much. Frank Clark, I thought was an outside possibility, but his price tag worried me. Same with Yannick Ngakoue. What are your thoughts on this move?
I like I said, it shocked me in a great way. It shocked me that this is someone who last year had 10 sacks, 2020, 12.5, 2019, 13.5. And yeah, you got to play alongside Hunter with the Vikings, but Baldy broke it down too. He's never played alongside Miles Garrett. Like, one, Miles Garrett's probably smiling from cheek to cheek right now. Like, he's probably smelling that defensive player of the year. And two, now this defensive line is something to be super super pumped about. This is probably the best defensive line we've had in a very long time, Tyler. I know we probably want one more, piece on the interior defensive line, but this is something to be very very excited about.
I absolutely agree, and I think with ZaDarius Smith, Aaron Goldhammer from ESPN Cleveland tweeted it out. He would be third all time in sacks for the Browns if
Jeez.
he was a Brown his entire career. So he has had 10 plus sacks, I believe, last 3 or 4 seasons, like Jake Trotter said.
Mhm.
Miles Garrett's the only other defensive end in the NFL to do that. Lets you know the talent come in. Miles Garrett's got to be thrilled. So you look at it, the Browns need to revamp the defensive line. We've been talking about it all offseason. You go out, you get Ogbonnaya Okoronkwo. He's now going to be your third D end. You now
Jeez.
have Alex Wright, Isaiah McGuire, who are going to fight for the fourth spot.
Mhm.
And then they like Lonnie Phelps, the undrafted free agent coming out of Kansas. They like Isaiah Thomas, but now that gives you the flexibility to potentially keep one of them or both on the practice squad. That's huge. So look at it this way. You're Jim Schwartz. You come in here and you know this defense needs an overhaul. Andrew Berry's gone out and he has gotten new talent. You now have third down packages. You can put Myles Garrett, ZaDarius Smith, Ogbonnaya Okoronkwo in there. Dalvin Tomlinson. I mean, you can even switch it up even more. But man, they have all the flexibility in the world. They have all the versatility in the world. I, I know we just talked about in the schedule release, there are no excuses. You have to go out and you have to win games because right now on paper, you could make the argument the Browns have a top 5 overall roster.
Yeah. Yeah, and probably a top 5 overall defensive line. I mean, they're up there with competing with the Commanders on getting to the quarterback now. I mean, like I said, interior defensive line is something that's still you would like to see maybe another addition. You know what name me and you like. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but
Hey man, I'll even say it. I've said it. I put it on Twitter. People know. Like, go get Matt Ioannidis. Don't
Mhm.
overthink this. Like, everyone's worried about cap space. John Johnson's money comes off the books here the next couple weeks. You're going to have over $9.5 million freed up right there. They can restructure Myles Garrett, and I guarantee you, Miles would be more than open to it at this point if it brings in more talent. If you don't get Matt Ioannidis because he is your perfect 3 technique, go out and get Shelby Harris. He is still available. Go get him. There are guys that are available, Zach. I still don't like the fact that and I've heard multiple people say it, I don't like the fact on relying right now still. You have Dalvin Tomlinson. Outside of that, you got nothing. You got Siaki Ika.
It's young. It's young. Perrion Winfrey, Jordan Elliott. It's young.
And that's if Winfrey stays on the roster.
It's true. And Elliott for that case. So, but you're right. You're right. But I mean, going back to ZaDarius Smith, dude, like this is just a 3-time Pro Bowler, dude, alongside Myles Garrett. Like we were happy with Ogbo. We were happy with that young, up and coming edge rusher. Now he doesn't have to be that guy alongside Myles Garrett. He can come in like this rotation. They're going to keep, and Schwartz loves this. Keep that defensive line fresh. Keep them healthy all season. This is just a perfect scenario right now, man. This is looking good. This is very optimistic.
It's very, I agree. ZaDarius Smith wanted a new contract, and when I saw that originally, I was like, "There's no way the Browns are going to do this because he wants a lot of money." But the way it's structured, it makes too much sense from both sides to get him on a 1-year deal. He's probably realistically going to be here for 1 year, unless the Browns end up having a very successful season. Maybe his sack total goes up and Miles convinces him to stay another year. He is 30 years old. So that works in the Browns' favor as far as maybe these 1-year contracts. If he has a good time in Cleveland, we'll see what happens. But keep in mind, the former Baltimore Raven gets to play against the Ravens now twice a year. You look at ZaDarius Smith, the Browns have been interested in him for a while. We know that last year they wanted to sign him. I know that Jeremy Fowler from ESPN said last year the Browns were interested in wanting to sign him. The price became too much. So they got their guy. I think they've wanted him for a long time. And you know what? The famous clip when he was on the next level, Andrew Berry basically said, "We're not done." He really said that. And look what he does tonight out of the blue because nobody was expecting this move. As we're wrapping up, man, again, it's just mind-blowing that this trade happened. But what would you like to see the Browns still do as we're wrapping up the offseason and getting ready for training camp?
I guess running back too and shore up that interior defensive line. I mean, dude, right now, this, like you said, Tyler, this roster on paper, I'm sick of being paper champions. But on paper, we're great. We're a great football team. You got your quarterback. It all started with that last offseason too, getting your quarterback, building around that. So I would say just keep giving Schwartz these toys, dude. This is amazing. Add one more running back. And let's go. Let's go, dude. Exactly.
Dude, let's roll. Yeah, I would say defensive tackle. I need Matt Ioannidis or Shelby Harris to really feel comfortable about where we're at because, again, it's not that I think Ika actually is a really good fit from listening to Jake Burns. And
I've definitely talked myself into it.
I'm a fan more of Ika, but again, there's so much uncertainty. Go out and add another veteran, shore it up, and roll from there. I think at running back, you gotta find a way to add somebody else. I think J.D. McKissick is a perfect fit for what the Browns need. You could talk me into Justin Jackson, but they need to go out and I think add a running back. But also, I really think they like Jerome Ford. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it shakes out, man. Obviously, there'll be a lot more to talk about here in the coming weeks. But guys, just a reminder, please drop a like on today's Network 216 exclusive. This is breaking news. The Browns trading for defensive end / outside linebackers ZaDarius Smith from the Vikings, only giving up a 5th-round pick in 2023 and a 5th-round pick in 2024 while receiving a 5th-round pick and a 6th-round pick in 2024. So Andrew Berry continues to do a fantastic job.
Thank you, Quessy. I want to say that too.
Yep. That great friendship that never keeps on helping the Browns. So guys, again, drop a like on tonight's video. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. We just added Zach Weiss with Across the Cavs. He's going to provide great Cavs content through the off season. We have the Guardians podcast. I can't remember.
Living the Guard Life. Living the Guard Life.
They got content coming for you. Obviously, we got Browns content, even though it is I would say it is more of a quiet period in the off season outside of today. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Don't miss any of the content we have coming for you. And be sure to check out the membership option again. Very affordable. It's only $2.99 a month. You're going to pay more for a Starbucks coffee. So take advantage of that great membership. We'll see you guys all for the next Network 216 exclusive. I'm Tyler Johnson. That's Zach DeFranco. Go Browns, baby.
Go Browns. Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.